and somebody just had to start their truck up as I started. Um, which I can't figure out, but nobody should be leaving at this point. But I almost said, please cancel the show now and get this over with for Doctor Who. And the reason being is this: I have seen things this morning on Facebook and other media that have just literally appalled and shocked me to the point it made me sick. Here's the thing. As you all know, just because I don't understand a lifestyle or it's not my cup of tea, I'm a firm believer in if you're not harming yourself or others, then what's the point, of, live and let live. It's, let people be how they want to be. Let people live how they want to live. And thankfully, as I got older, I got wiser. I don't know how that happened. But some of the things I've been reading this morning, and I'm sitting here thinking, wow, RTD stepped in to take over the show because nobody else wanted to run it. Okay? He stepped in because nobody else wanted to run it. And from what I've seen this morning, it's like, what happened? What happened to Doctor Who fans that I knew? When I go to conventions and all that, I see some of the most kindest, warmest, friendliest people. Yet, put them on the other side of, some of these folks on the other side of a computer screen. Okay, let me tell you what happened. Bounding into Comics, and yes, I'm saying your name loudly and proudly, put an article up about Yasmine Finney being cast and gave it the beautiful caption, the ratings are going to continue to decrease. And some of the comments I saw under that, I'm like, they were saying things that if I said them in public, I wouldn't be able to go out without a bag over my head in shame. I just couldn't believe some of the things I was reading. It just, oh man, get ready for this. They're deliberately doing this. This is one of the comments, and forgive me, I'm paraphrasing a little bit. They're deliberately doing this. Oh, by the way, not only did they cast this person, they also casted a Wakandan doctor. Ncuti Gatwa is British. Ncuti Gatwa grew up in Scotland. Ugh. Yasmine Finney, accomplished actress. RTD has more than proved his mettle. This was the guy they were on their knees begging to come back, and he does, and they're still not satisfied. They've literally done everything they can to, they're basically trying to, in some ways I can tell, they're trying to shovel, the Chibnall Whittaker here under, trying to at least, the best way I could describe it is when, Tarkin walked into the boardroom in Star Wars. The last remnants of the old Republic have been swept away. Because now they've brought in a new Sonic. They're using Jodie's TARDIS exterior, but they're going to probably have to use a different interior because, from what I heard, hers was already struck down, and I don't know if it's been put into storage or what happened to it after that. But it just sickens me, some of the things I'm seeing on there. But get ready for this. Here's the one that had me rolling in the aisles. This is the one that actually made me giggle, okay? Chris Chibnall would kill you if you leaked a plot. Now RTD is back in charge, and everybody's allowed to filming, show up to filming again. Hang on, I can't even know how to do a triple take on this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you're watching, now you folks who watch this channel, you already know this, but for you folks who are just coming into this, Series 13 was filmed under COVID guidelines, which means they couldn't have large crowds and all that showing up because the actors had to be sequestered for the entire time during the filming of that series. They had to undergo multiple random COVID checks, COVID tests. So basically, you had someone shoving something up your nose, possibly anywhere up to 2-3 times a day. And then it's like, of course, parts of Flux I did not like, but you also have to remember they literally slam bam this thing together under COVID guidelines, which is why I'm not going to harp on them too bad because I didn't like the ending. But so everything underneath, it's like, because I typed back to this one fellow on Twitter this morning, guys, I can show you filming and set photos from series 11 and 12. I have them on my computer, still under my Jody file, in my system. It's when it came to Series 13, they couldn't have people showing up, and that's the very few times they had location shooting, because most of everything had to be shot on a soundstage or interior to maintain, the quarantine, quote unquote, or lockdown. Also, that's another thing. Remember, I think the cities were mostly on lockdown the time they shot Series 13, and aka Flux. So no, you weren't going to get filming and set reports or anything like that. Now that the guidelines have lifted, yeah, everybody's back out there. And they're going to be able to do more location filming and stuff like that than they could, the last couple of years. But no, it's just, look, it's like, but like I said, the main reason I'm saying cancel it. Oh, thank you, Mr. Motorcycle Guy, for blinding me and illuminating my bald head like the moon. Yeah, they're lucky they got anything for the last 2 years. They did not have, like I said, the series sucked so bad they went ahead and filmed Flux anyway, under COVID guidelines. They had a legitimate excuse to shelve the show right then. All they had to do was say, guys, sorry, can't film COVID, and they could have immediately said, okay, we're going to pay out you and Whitaker and get you all out of here secretly, quietly, and we'll move into the RTD stuff now. They didn't do that. Yeah, I'm still happy about that. It's just the fandom, or the so-called fans. I had one lady saying, what's your point about this? And get ready for this. Here was the reply. How long you've been watching the show? Like 5 minutes. And then someone goes, well, how long do you have to watch the show to be qualified to have an opinion on it? And the next one, get ready for this. This is going to make you ick. I've been watching it. It'll try 55 years. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Oh, Bobo. It's just, I can't believe these things. It's like, they've been individually possessed by idiots. YouTube influenzas have gotten into their heads. I know, they complain they're getting spoiled, and then then. Okay, people have been asking about, I think, Texas Tim. Texas Tim's all right. He's doing fine. It's just I don't want to discuss his medical situation. That's not my, I don't have the authority or the way, call it, to talk about somebody's personal medical info, okay? That's why I don't bring it up. That's why I don't talk about it. All right? He's had some medical issues, that's all I'm going to say, but he's doing all right as of right now. I still see him in the on the Skype chat every now and then, so. I know, it just makes me sick. These Doctor Who fans and like Star Trek fans and all that are usually the kindest, warmest people I've ever known. Because I've attended cons now for Doctor Who and for, well, mainly Trek for more than I have Doctor Who. But it's funny when I go to conventions, none of these evil little demons rear their faces, yet they get online and they turn into evil little menacing goblin trolls. It just, because some YouTube influenza got into their head, like the Boli and the Nardi. Yeah, he's doing all right as of right now, Grant, but I'll pass on your wishes to him, y'all. And like I said, it's just, I don't feel comfortable talking about other people's medical situations because that's kind of like personal there. I don't want to get into their personal business. Okay, speaking of that, it is that time. I got to get running inside. So, like I said, I know some of you guys out there are some of the most open-minded, loving people there are. So, just keep that flame and keep that torch going, all right? All right, so I won't let this keep me down, though. I'm going to cheer up, go in there, and deal with 9 hours of mind-numbing boredom. Okay. Take care, everybody. I got to run inside. I just looked at the time. So be kind, be calm, be safe, but remember, above everything else, be kind. Okay? That's what matters. So take care, everybody. Hope you all have a nice day, and I'll hopefully see you all in the future.